Was right. He got lucky. Giannis is a bad man, everyone.
Lucky?
Do the Suns have any chance of stopping the Greek Freak after what you saw last night? An absolute dud from Devin Booker. How much of Game 3 falls on his shoulders after what he did last night? And guess who made it all the way to Milwaukee? Papa Smurf has some color issues, but he got it right. There he is. Good Monday morning, everyone. Went orange instead of blue. Welcome to First Things First. Jenna Wolf, Nick Wright. Oh, Brandon Marshall, Kevin. Nick, you think that guy regrets making the trip? Headgear, makeup, and all?
I don't know, and I don't care. I'm rich. I'm just here because I love you guys. Did you not see that? 401k doubled, America. Let's go.
You get penalty.
Ask me about the stupid Smurf.
You get penalty for taking out your 401k.
No penalties. No.
All right, let's start with Nick's portfolio. Suns, Bucks, Game 3, and just like in Game 2, Giannis once again the story. Total domination from the Greek Freak. 41 points, 13 rebounds, and Brandon, he made free throws. Bucks looked much more comfortable at home. They came alive shooting. They got help from both Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday. Yeah, good for him. We got ourselves a series now as Milwaukee gets the much-needed win. After the game, Giannis on this incredible journey.
I've come a long way just to be able to, sit here, being interviewed by you guys, playing in these games, being with my teammates, thinking I'm gonna be out for a year, coming back, it's been a long journey, and I'm trying to enjoy every single moment of it. And I know I've said in the past that I'm gonna be doing this for a while, for the next 10, 12, whatever years, whatever my goal is. So I'm just trying to enjoy each day, try to take as much as possible from each day, and try to be in the moment and just being able to be out there.
It's a series and understanding that, and, understanding it's the NBA Finals. And, I said it after last game, this team's not going to give in. They're going to keep playing all the way through. So we have to bring that same effort, that we had in the first two games, and I think we'll be in good shape.
First of all, I love that these guys look at the box score while they're up there at the dais. All right, before we get into the conversation, check this out. This is the list of guys with consecutive 40-point double-doubles in the finals. It's Shaq, it's LeBron, it's Giannis. That's the list. Nick, we talked about it. You bet a lot of money the Bucks would win last night. You knew they would show up. Has this series flipped after the way they won?
Oh, indeed it has, Jenna. Indeed it has. And so here's the thing. I feel badly for my partner Brandon Marshall because it was all sitting there for him to go with the Bucks. Because listen, what do we know about Brandon Marshall? We know a lot of things about Brandon Marshall. Brilliant businessman, Hall of Fame caliber NFL career, but also maybe the most notable thing on television is talks about the mental side of sports more than just about anybody. He tells us about this great book, Mind, Body, The Peaceful Warrior Mastery, or that might be multiple books, whatever it is. I've got it on my shelf somewhere. All of it. And if there was any team that had mastered the mental side of the game headed into these playoffs and throughout these playoffs, it's these Milwaukee Bucks. Hey, Miami kicked our butts last year. Let's pick them in the first round and deal with them. Kevin Durant throwing haymaker after haymaker. The Bucks keep getting up off the mat. They watch Giannis writhing in pain, seemingly done for the rest of this year and maybe next year. No problem. Down 2-0 to Phoenix. You know what? As Leo said in The Departed, my hand doesn't shake. We're ready to go. And now what they have is they know that Giannis is going to crush fools night in, night out. And if they play their game defensively and just get one other guy to step up on the offensive side, last night it was Drew Holiday, then they're the better team. Because when you have a guy who's going to give you 40 and 15 on 60% shooting, night in, night out, your path to victory is so much simpler than the other teams. So the only reason, Brandon, I would say it hasn't flipped is because I feel like Milwaukee was in this position all along, but I know I'm in the minority there. But now I am very curious. I've been excited all morning to hear what you're going to say about this game because I think the Bucks have stolen control of the series from Phoenix.
Bravo. That's what I'm going to say, Nick. And you're right. Yeah, I talk about mindset all the time. It's not about the Milwaukee Bucks. It's about Giannis. Giannis all year have said, I'm not going to get too high. I'm not going to get too low. This dude is truly embracing the moment. That's how every athlete should actually approach their game. He's doing it, and he's setting an example. But bravo is the theme here, Nick. Bravo. Finally, after 4 games, you played him twice in a regular season game. Giannis averaged 40, and you played him twice already. Well, 3 times now, and you finally got it done. So bravo, Milwaukee Bucks. My pick isn't changing. I said that it'll be a gentleman's sweep. I said that the Suns will get it done in 5. So bravo, you are actually on track to not being swept. That's what this is. Come on. Wow. If we want to talk a little bit of basketball, Kevin, here's the deal. Really quick, I'm going to throw it to you. Talk a little bit of basketball. Look, I don't know what happened to Book. I don't know what happened to Ayton. So, yeah, when you have Giannis on the other side doing what he did, not only just we're talking about rebounds, talking about points, and, yeah, Jenna hitting his free throws, we're talking about the energy. You saw that one in the third quarter, he dunked the ball. It was a loose ball, and he finally came down with it and just shook the rim. That's why they won that game. And on the other side, there was no juice, and they were flat. So I expect CP3 and company to come out next game with so much more juice and actually get the job done.
Okay, so here's why I'm a little bit on the fence. Because we saw that once Chris Paul went down against the Lakers series, we're like, uh-oh, it's time to write off the Suns. They came back and won Game 4. So I'm not willing to write off the Suns by any stretch of the imagination. But Brandon, when you talk about energy and you talk about demoralizing plays, Giannis was so dominant in that game, it felt like a Mike Tyson fight. It felt like, you know what, I'm going to come in here and get anything I want. They played 5 times now, and I know you like to say that you know, the Suns have won the majority of those times. But here's what else also has happened the majority of those times. Giannis has scored 43 out of the 5 games. He had 28 points last night in the restricted area. He had the average shot length was 2 feet. 2 feet. So, Nick, I think if there ever is going to be sort of an energy sort of shift with Giannis playing dominant and Booker sitting on the bench, and even Drew Holiday's like, yeah, I don't know what happened to Book. I think this could be it. I think we go back to Phoenix tied. I'm ready to put a Nick Wright guarantee that we're headed back to Phoenix tied. Are you willing to join me in the Nick Wright guarantee? You have to join me because there's copyright infringement if you don't.
Probability was on his side.
Yeah, of course. I told you. I told you before the series how this was going to go. Phoenix up 2-0. Then it's tied 2 apiece. Then Phoenix wins Game 5, and then the Bucks win Game 6 and 7. Exactly what they did against Brooklyn. They're going to do again against Phoenix.
Doesn't mean it's going to happen.
So I think I can answer a couple of the questions though. Brandon said, "I don't know what happened to Ayton." I do. He got in foul trouble because he has to deal with this behemoth, this monster, night in, night out. What happened to Booker? Now, we're going to talk more about Booker later. But very quietly, Devin Booker has worn down in these playoffs. It's been 8 games since he shot 50% from the field. 8 games. I'm just telling you, he's never played this many games in a season, this late into a season.
You know what it was?
It's a thing. It's a thing and the moment. And so, go ahead, Brandon. What was it?
Well, no, you're talking basketball, and I was going to go all the way to the other side. Well, forget it. Remember what I said Friday. What they need to do to get the job done, they need to call Ian's Pizza Cream City Factory and put a little something in there like they did against, you know, the flu game. That's what they end up doing.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
By the way, Jenna,
when you see Booker.
Jenna, let me tell you something. Oh, you're saying for Booker. Brandon was joking about that, and Wilds off the air put on his bougie TV executive hat and was like, you cannot endorse poisoning its felonious act. Let me tell you right now, that happened, Wilds. I'm explaining it. Let me tell you right now, the only hope of stopping Giannis is that food poisoning, maybe a Celtic pride-style kidnapping. Other than that,
Nick,
it's 40 and 15 every single
it doesn't matter.
night. Yeah, Brandon.
Okay,
Yeah.
Giannis can drop 40. He can grab 15 boards.
Yeah,
and if Ayton is doing his job,
Agreed.
he doesn't get in foul trouble. And then if you have Booker, who actually steps up and do what he's supposed to do, then it's a different game. Come on, those guys were non-existent last night. That's why
Giannis dropped 40 plus in game 2. And they lost. So it is possible he does need help around him. We'll have so much more from game 3 still to come. Do the Suns have